What do you mean the United States hasn't been in the Olympics for 3 straight times? What is wrong with us? Do we not care about winning a gold medal? Since when did not going to the Olympics not matter? Like, this is America, people. We should care. We should not be behind Mexico and Honduras. No offense to Honduras, but as a soccer nation, we should not be not in the Olympics. What is going on, USA? And that is what I want to talk about today, because after that abysmal play against Honduras to qualify into the Olympics, we didn't get it done. And I am just shocked. This would be the 3rd Olympics that we have not been in. That's 3 Olympics. We don't do this every couple years. This is like every 4 years. How have we not gone to the Olympics? Absolutely absurd. Absurd. It's absurd. It really is. Anyway, so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the United States just being like not caring, to be quite honest, because first off, who are these kids? I want to say, I'm going to read off a couple of names here of the roster. So we got David Ochoa, who is the guy from Real Salt Lake, who made quite a big mistake. Poor guy, honestly. We got Justin Glad, Samuel Vines, Jackson Uil, who plays on San Jose, Andreas Pereira from Orlando, Jonathan Lewis from Colorado Rapids, Jesus Ferreira from Dallas. Like, honestly, I don't really recognize any of these guys, and they're all MLS boys because they're all under 23. But still, we all know the quality of the MLS isn't the greatest. But I am pretty sure the quality is good enough to be able to beat a team like Honduras. No disrespect to Honduras, okay? But what is going on? I just want to talk about this for a minute, because not one guy from the starting lineup on the U23 team is in Europe at the moment. So I just want to talk about this real quick. We have all these great young players, because we do, under 23 years of age, on friendlies. They're at friendlies. They're playing Jamaica and Northern Ireland because that's the men's team, and those are better, so they should all go there. So we just don't care about the gold medal. We don't care about a medal, period. We don't even care about going to Tokyo. That is absurd. And I just want to name a couple of guys who probably should have played with this under 23 national team. Giovanni Reyna, 18 years old, was with the boys in the friendlies. Daryl Dyke, who didn't even play at all, could have gone to the Olympic team. Brennan Aronson came on as a sub, could have played for the Olympic qualifier team. Brian Reynolds, also a sub, just came from Dallas. What's going on? Josh Sargent, you want to put a guy to get you a goal who's young and fits the under 23? Josh Sargent. Why couldn't we get him to go with the Olympic qualifier team? Chris Richards. He needs experience, exposure. He didn't want to play for the Olympic qualifier team. This is what I don't understand with this idea that maybe the U.S. Soccer Federation doesn't really care about the Olympics, which, whatever. If that's the case, then fine. They did a great job by not being qualified for a third time. I understand the game against Mexico, we lost 1-0. But Mexico, in the past, has had very good team, very good youth team, under 23s, very good most of the time. And they won 1-0. And Fine, we didn't beat Mexico, our greatest rival in CONCACAF. But we can't get it done against Honduras? And to me, this is just a blatant disregard of the Olympics not being of importance for the United States. They didn't care. You're telling me none of those guys that I named off who were on the national team on friendlies couldn't have gone with the Olympic qualifier team. And if you asked those guys, I'm sure some of them would have been like, yeah, I would love to go to the Olympics to play the likes of France, Germany, Spain, Argentina, Brazil, and all of these players, all of these under 23 teams for those countries have future stars of Europe and future stars of those national teams. Why is the United States not giving the Olympics the credibility it deserves? The players that go through this tournament end up ultimately playing in the World Cup in the future. And it's a competitive tournament. Because to me, the only reason you take away a bunch of the players that I named off of, Reyna, Dyke, Brian Reynolds, Aronson, Sargent, Chris Richards, is because you want to have your top team win the Gold Cup in the summer. So, to me, the logic makes absolutely no sense. You want to take a strong A team to the Gold Cup, where the competition includes Mexico, who's great, Honduras, who we lost to, Costa Rica, Canada, Jamaica, CONCACAF teams, who are normally a weaker conference, and not go to the Olympics and play against teams like Spain, Brazil, Argentina, England, albeit they're under 23s. I get it. But those are the players of the future. Those are the players of the future World Cup teams. Those are the players that our young guys will compete against now in the Olympics to then know how they are in the future. And to me, it blew my mind that we didn't qualify for the Olympics. And not only that, for the third consecutive time. Wow, USA. I don't know if this was the plan or whatever, but Christian Pulisic said himself he wanted to play in the Olympics if we qualified, but wasn't sure because Chelsea wasn't going to let him. But now, he's not even going to get that opportunity. Christian Pulisic, who plays on a top club, wanted to play in the Olympics. We want to play in the Olympics. It's a reputable tournament. It is a gold medal at stake that we could potentially be fighting for. And we didn't even try. I'm not downing. I don't want to get on these young players that are from the MLS because basically the entire starting lineup, from what I can tell, Real Salt Lake, Colorado, New England, Minnesota, these players play in the MLS. But you can't take some of our talented European-based Americans and bring them to the Olympic qualifier squad to qualify for the Olympics, to be exposed on a European or world format like the Olympics, playing against top-tier competition. It blows my mind. I want to know what you guys think about our exit from the Olympics. I want to know what you guys think about our young players on the national team not being sent to the Olympic qualifier team. Was it the right decision? Should those MLS guys, those young guys, be the ones to fight for our position in the Olympics? Or is it okay that we're not going to be competing in the Olympics? I want to know from you guys what you guys think. Hit me up in the comments. Send me DMs. Reach out, because I think this is a big topic that the United States needs to address moving forward. And guess we're not going to Tokyo for that gold medal. But we're going to win the Gold Cup. That better happen now.